Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me for another one back at Kenshi today. Whoa, why did my OBS freeze? Hold on. Hopefully everything is okay. We'll call that starting pains. I think I think it looks stable now, so we'll continue. Anyway, thank you all for your patience with me. This is going to be a shorter stream. We're starting a little later. I was dealing with some family affairs today that took longer than expected, so I was glad to be able to get home, eat a fast food dinner real quick, and be able to hop on and play some Kenshi with y'all. Now, last time on Kenshi, we made our way to Cheater's Run. And at first I thought, well, surely this is called Cheater's Run because cheaters take it. It's an easy way into the Ashlands. And then we proceeded to spend about an hour fighting error bots and iron spiders. And just barely managed to get everybody to survive and recover. So that's where we're going to start today with everybody, if not fully healed up, hopefully at least close to it. Let's go ahead and jump into the game. Hey, Boogie, welcome in. Good to have you. Also, new video went up on the channel today from our indie game variety day. Got the playthrough of Bloodbark. It's about a 28-minute long video going through a pretty cool little indie game. So if that's your kind of thing, check it out. Hey, at a rarity, welcome in. Kenshi time. It is Kenshi time. We're a little late for Kenshi time, but I'm glad to be here at all. Hey, Maiko, thank you for redeeming that for 87 streams. I appreciate you. Lurking with love and returned right back to you. Okay, so this is where we are. Cheater's Run. I wonder if we would find anything particularly worthwhile in this other tower. Well, hello, Raiders. Hello, Frankie was here. Thank you very much for the raid. Again, I appreciate you. I hope your stream was good today. We have literally just started up. So come on in and warm up with us. You've heard me say it before. Frankie is a great Kenshi streamer and content creator on YouTube. So check him out if you like the game and you want to know more about it than you ever thought was possible. Do I play this game often? You know, I'm just kind of dipping my toes into it. I don't know. I think I kind of like it. I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to try it a little bit. Welcome on in, Raiders. If you don't know me, I am at Noxum, variety streamer on Twitch and YouTube. We're live on both platforms right now. I have been playing my first blind playthrough of Kenshi with no help, no guides, no prior knowledge. Day 46. We have just crossed the 200-hour threshold of this one playthrough. Haven't killed anyone yet today, no. However, if you look outside, we ended yesterday in Cheater's Run, and we must have had 25 or 30 iron spiders piled outside, along with all of these error bots. And it was probably over an hour of combat. And we barely managed to get everybody inside and on sleeping bags because, as we've learned, the nap meta in this game goes hard. But Frankie Raiders, thank you for coming over. Thank you for checking out the channel. If streamer, viewer, whoever you are, if you need to raid and run, if you need to get going, no worries whatsoever. You're welcome to hang with us as long as you'd like, but not obligated to stick around. Man, I don't even know where these spiders keep coming from. It's like every time I look up, there's a whole new patrol. of iron spiders. Now, luckily, we're dealing heavy damage to them. Oh, great. One of the bots opened the door again. A mama spider and a daddy spider love each other very much. Do you think the Kenshi world was made with love? Do you think love is what drives this universe, this entropic system? Let me know in the comments below. The funny thing about these skeletons that we've sort of been debating is, and I don't want to know the answer. I want to keep it a debate. When they yell police, are they saying they are the police and issuing an authority, or are they calling for police to come and assist them, or maybe both? Maybe they are police and calling for more police. Comments below, is this RWJ video? I don't know who that is. If it's a Kenshi content creator, I have not watched them because I have watched none of them. Welcome on in, though. Maybe they think I'm the police. Oh, they're ACAB bots. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, we got everybody taking nice little naps up here. So just to let you all know what's going on, we yesterday we took on the Fish Isle and the King Gurgler. We got the pretty cool sword and the Gurgler head, and we're kind of poking around Gray Shelf and down here. Now we've been through Sniper Valley. We have been to just the edge of the Sonorous Dark. We encountered Skin Bandits. We didn't go in any further than that. Other than that, we've pretty much explored the entire map. I'm thinking before we go in and challenge the Ashlands full on, we return to the Stone Golem and declare war on the Holy Nation. But before we do that, I'm just scouring for any last AI cores or anything like that to get our tech level up as high as it can be. They are singing Sound of the Police and only know the police part. You know, these are some solid theories. I'm glad that we've got Kenshi's best minds on this. Kind of wear damage are we working with? Yeah, 26 here. We definitely need some skeleton repair beds. 39. Yeah, Burn got it bad. Meanwhile, let's see how production is going at the farm. Is Saint making anything? Saint is not making anything. Rainstorm Wander, welcome in. Wanted to see if I have access to... So we have chain shirts and Hiver chain shirts. But I wanted to see if there's a more full chain mail that covers more of the arms. And then I also want to try to get the blueprints for samurai legs. I think medium to heavy armor is going to be the way to go fighting the Holy Nation since we use heavy weapons. I think we can eat that dexterity loss. Gonna go eat. Good luck on the AI core hunting. Thank you, Frankie. Get some good food. Thank you for the raid and all your support and all you do for the Kenshi community. All right, now Zim, are you making... What are you making? I know we've got a shit ton of motors. Got a ton of presses. We should probably convert these into... skeleton muscles. Make that a repeat queue. And then we'll make them into robotics components. Zim has a robotics of 71. So just cranking these things out, that's been great for training. We're going to be in a good position to make some new skeleton limbs when we get the research unlocked. I'm kind of thinking I'm going to do a thing where everybody goes into battle equipped with their own replacement limbs. That way, if they lose a limb, it can just be hot swapped on the fly. Let's go ahead and speed up time here. Dying, dying, dying. Oh, there's one. I knew I had to worry about one getting up. My biggest worry is that they do this in front of the spiders. So it seems like spiders kind of don't mess with you in the building, or else we just de-aggroed them by hiding line of sight. I'm not sure which is which. Why do they seem to be getting stronger? I swear the ones we were fighting earlier had stats in the 20s, not the mid-30s to 40s. Maybe I'm just misremembering. Right. Most people are back up to good health. Wee has a head injury. Let's get Jinsei down here. And we'll get Wee to go up to Jinsei's bed. You know, it's funny. We haven't even looted this yet. Let's get Truth up here. We have so many skeleton repair kits. Truth gets stuck. All right. Rain, you're ready to wake up. Go grab Truth, please. Where did Truth go now? Oh, upstairs, of course. All right, looking a lot better. You know, we haven't checked in any of the buildings. Somehow I don't think we're going to find anything worthwhile. What's the gate doing? Yeah, trade caravan. Our useless tower that we built that can't aim at our own gate. That's okay, that's a lesson learned. Bombing him is aimless, that's interesting. Let's get, Brecht, are you doing anything? I'd be curious to see at this point if you made some more short cleavers, what level they would turn out. Because I know Brecht is capable of making Edge Type 3, but we've only researched Edge Walkers, and so I don't know what level that makes us ultimately capable of. So let's just go ahead here. Maybe we want to do a different type of weapon. I don't know. Against the, like, let's say we're getting ready for the Holy Nation. I don't know. Cleavers are probably a good thing all around. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Sorry, I just did not see your messages. Been a while since you saw the team injured like this. What was I fighting? So I was in a place called Cheater's Run, which is way down here past the Southern Hive. And what we were fighting is a bunch of these old machines and a ton of iron spiders. You can see the numbers that they have here. This whole area was just a spider graveyard before the bodies despawned. Why do we keep opening the door? I would like that closed. There you go. Don't know this part of the land at all. Yeah, it's rough. Down here, we fought a bunch of gurglers, and we fought a king gurgler and got a cool sword. And then this area is the Southern Hive, who are quite aggressive and pretty strong. But I did say I was going to explore as much of Kenshi as possible on this playthrough, so we are holding to our word in that regard. Okay, I think everybody... We need just a little more time with the head. Finding all the out-of-the-way interesting spots. Yeah, because otherwise I get FOMO about not having... not finding all the AI cores. Oh, great. So we just opened the door. Go ahead and get that one killed dead. So we did find a couple AI cores. Who has them? Ice. We found two. We found two when we were dealing with the gurglers. So we're hoping to find some more. And we think our next order of business is going to war with the Holy Nation. After we're done exploring, of course. Okay, it looks like we can gather everybody up. Big undertaking, but sounds fun. I hope it is. What? Got a strategy? Not so much a strategy right now. But we are going to spec into some medium and heavy armor and just enhanced protection all the way around. And mostly heavy weapons. That's mostly what our team has been, you know, assembled of anyway. I think against the Holy Nation, we don't need so much of the, like, acid protection and things like that. We need more limb protection from their heavy weapons and maybe some harpoon resistance. And I think we can be a little bit slower to fight them. We have fast enough people that if they have to drop their armor and run, they can. But I think sacrificing a little speed and dexterity for superior protection, along with the big sweeping heavy weapons, is going to be the way to go. Bringing archers, we'll probably bring our 2 archers. Ice has a crossbow skill of over 100 in the right circumstances, and uses a Masterwork Eagle's Cross. So it should be fairly effective. I wonder about bringing materials to build a turret. I guess you can't do that in town, so you'd have to do it outside of town and then lead them to your outpost. But I don't know, maybe there's something to that. Eagle's Cross, what a find. Yeah, and a Masterwork. All right, it's nighttime, which makes me nervous. Plans for the Holy Nation, nasty as they are, they're still not United Cities level of hunting people for fun. Well, we may get to the United Cities too, because we have met Tin Fist, and we have learned about the anti-slavers, and he has given us basically the blueprint to take down the United Cities. I just feel like they're a higher power scale than the Holy Nation, so I feel like we get to them next. Greetings, Zartron. Welcome in. All right, let's, everybody's gathered down here, I think. Burn should be with the squad. Let's try to get moving this way. Oh, we've got acid rain out here as well, so, you know, it's just everything piled on top of each other. Also, it's dark, so it's going to be harder to see the spider movements. We also learned out here there are some Elder Beak things with incredible stats, so keeping an eye out for them. United Cities is so spread out, you're right. That's going to be quite an arc. I feel like the samurai are very formidable. I wonder what it is about Cheater's Run that attracts all the spiders. This looks like a mountain path here. Perhaps they are protecting whatever that giant metal thing was. It could be. Who knows? I'm not sure this is a path after all. Okay, yep, I was wrong, and I am big enough to admit it. Now I know, you're right. Oh, look at you. Big group of spiders. Kind of blend into the foliage. Yeah, they do, especially in this lighting. So it looks like this is not an area I can necessarily climb either. Kitty, welcome in. Good to have you. Hope you're doing well. You can tell how nervous I am about an area by the game speed that I have it on. When I'm going slow like this, I am being very cautious. Discovered an outpost. Ooh, I wonder what this could be. Kind of looks a little destroyed. Same way you play. Yeah, I feel like that's most of us. I have a tendency to get a little impatient, but I know what that can do to you in this game. These look like the types of places that spiders would frequent. Oh, we have police barracks, so it could be more ancient ones. Should really vanquish the skin bandits like you've done with other bandit factions. I'm sure we'll get there. We've not gone that far into skin bandit territory yet. Who's at my door? Hungry bandit leader. Why do we need to get that many people involved for a hungry bandit leader? Oh, it's lots of hungry bandits. See those ancient ship-looking hulks, but hardly any other navy or piers like that. Yeah, it's interesting. The characters do talk about how the world was once flooded in a lot of areas where it's dry land now. Okay, yep, we have more old machines, and it seems like everywhere they go, they've just totally ransacked the place, just destroyed it. I wonder if this one's gonna pop open with more ancient machines. Can we really not handle the bandits? What is going on with y'all? I thought we were a professional force. Oh. One of these. Great. Where they decided they didn't like the pathing of the gate, so they tore down the wall instead. Well, no question we're gonna destroy them in combat, but this might need some babysitting to clean up after. They attack the wall. Yeah, my pathing is real cursed. I've got some real problems with pathing in my base, and it results in weird enemy behavior. Oh, yep. See? I told you. Other one was going to pop open and we'd get more old machines come running. I think they're good practice, though, because they have so much health. Our people can kind of just wail on them. I hope there's not a beak thing or something running rampant through the base, because with the wall gone, that happens sometimes. I think they got it. Holy Nation isn't ready for you. You can really take down a force. We hope so. These machines are not well armed, but most of the Holy Nation isn't either on balance. Got a couple of spiders here. One of those crosses can be a pain. Yeah. We'll see if there's anything in here worthwhile, but I doubt it. Beds if we needed them. Yep, everything empty and trashed. Oh, we got more people? Can I get double to fix this? And then this this breaks their pathing forever. I do think double can get down over here. I really cursed myself by building a wall of this size. Oh, I can't even search that one. Man, they didn't leave me anything. The only reward I got from doing this is the boost in self-confidence. And that's probably more dangerous in Kenshi than anything. Look at that red sunrise. You know how you wander through those ruins wondering about the people who built them? Imagine how the people will speculate about your massive town. They must have had 100 archers to keep this wall safe. It looks like something over there. Would there be anything nestled up in there? I guess we must go and find out. Lovely country. It is kind of nice if you don't mind spiders. Of course, that can be said about rural areas, too. Isn't it ironic that the Holy Nation is the only Greenlander faction and the only faction not starving, yet everyone's eager to destroy them? I don't think so. I think they're kind of assholes, and that's why everyone's eager to destroy them. I thought I saw a spider. Okay, so this is technically the Royal Valley. I always destroy them first because their mines are the ones you most often end up in when you're captured. You know what? And fair to you. Now, this is Royal Valley. Question is, can we get anywhere from here? I'm thinking no, but we'll go check it out. Or maybe we can peek up and over the mountain and see something. Like the underside of the world. We can see things not meant to be seen. Tall mountain. Kim needs telescope item or periscope item or whatever it's called to let you, you know, like a eyeglass sort of thing to let you look up. Crack it open, burst the head. Oh, is this a hive? Yeah. That's okay. We knew to expect hive in this area. Wait, how are they healing up? They're tougher than the Foglands one. Yeah, they're tough. It's like they have some sort of healing factor. Unless... Yeah, look, this one's just getting healed laying there. Everybody else around them is down. Hey, Willow, welcome in. Good to have you. These trees are pretty, too. And see why the southern hivers would live here. Do you think they care about the aesthetics all that much? The hive don't strike me as a particularly aesthetically in-tune people, but I could be wrong. I could be taking them for granted just because of their bug-like social structure. That sort of looks like not natural striations. I wonder what that's about. Almost everything you know about hivers, you know from Beep. We've actually picked up some stuff from Wee, and there was another hiver. Maybe it's Wee who talks about how it was like a terrible mindless hell before he became like awakened. Pretty blue water. I tell you what, I bet this is another outpost operated by those robots. Discovered nice ruin. Why don't I trust the name Nice Ruin? We're gonna find out that the city was actually called Nice or something. Perfectly safe ruin. Well, the doors are all closed. So one thing I sort of wonder... Never seen this spot before. I love being able to show new areas that people haven't seen. Skin bandits. Should have known. Should have known it was skin bandits. We're just going to close that back up. Beep is also a skeleton like you. Beep has skeleton riz. Okay, so it looks like this is going to be skin bandit territory. They have skeleton shredders out front. That's interesting. Don't look, Beep. It's not for your kind to see. Explains the lack of people. What do you mean? There were a bunch of people in there wearing their perfectly normal human skin. Sitting silently around a destroyed room like totally normal humans. Very normal. As a very normal human, I can confirm that was a normal thing to do. Okay, so the question is, where is this going to spit us out? Is it Sniper Valley? Is it Sonorous Dark? Okay, so this is Royal Valley. They make great ranch dressing. Hey, Todd, what's up?
1 year high pad knock dance.
Hey, thanks for resubscribing. Thanks for being a subscriber for a year now. We appreciate you and hope you're doing well today. Maybe we poke around the smog-emitting mountains for our own edification. I love how the lore of this game is sort of uncertain in that you'll be warned about threats that are in areas, and they're not always reliable warnings. Like, you don't always know if a threat is real or not. Like, I haven't seen a flying dragon yet, but that doesn't mean that I think that we're safe from them. Okay, so this is the Sonorous Dark. Now, I wonder what makes it sonorous. What makes a sound out here? I also wonder, as I happen to look, we don't seem to have found anywhere that there's a lab marked by the tech hunters or anything like that in the Sonorous Dark. Forsaken Howlers, probably. They eat out your eyeballs. I have heard that. Love the name. It is as foreboding as these mountains, right? Mostly you've done a good job of naming things in this game. Like, it's a good mix of very obvious foreboding and very vague, I wonder why it's named that sort of wording. Oh, that's interesting. What do we have there? I wonder. That could be an Ashland dome. It's hard to get a sense of scale and distance. Curses, bloody curses to the pissing skinless. Okay, we've got one skin bandit, and where there's one skin bandit, there's like a dozen skin bandits. I wonder why Kang is being so slow with that weapon. $70 strength? Maybe the low dexterity, I don't know. 55 heavy weapon. What is the... Well, it weighs 48 kilograms, so it could be that. That's good, though, because if Kang hasn't hit the skill ceiling with it, that means that his skills will continue to increase. What is Kang's encumbrance? Only 37. While carrying 154. I don't know if that's pounds or kilograms, but it's impressive either way. Okay, so that's the Sonorous Dark. I think what we do... Oh, I like how on the map we first found this place. It was called the Nice Ruin, and then when we go back through it, it's called the Horrible Ruin. Let's move back up through Gray Shelf to Flats Lagoon. We'll stop in Flats Lagoon and look for some blueprints that we might be looking for, and then we head back home and start preparing to bring the pain to the Holy Nation. That's a lot of spiders. Okay, so as it turns out... Wait a second. The Bug Master had a map pointing to the spiders, or pointing to the Ashlands. And as we get closer to the Ashlands, the density of iron spiders increases. Part of me wonders, don't confirm or deny, part of me wonders if there was a rivalry. Like maybe the Bugmaster was trying to take the skin spiders and overthrow the iron spiders. I wonder if there's something that's sort of at the center of the spiders here in the Ashlands, and the Bugmaster was training his army to go at its throat. It would just be one possible explanation of what the Bugmaster was doing with that map in his treasure. Where is Beep going? Protect allies. Your allies are over here. Oh, did they... did they aggro? Yeah, maybe? No? Why are they acting like they're aggroed on the spiders? Give a definite maybe to my hypothesis. It is within the realm of things that could be or could not be. Okay, I'm getting a little nervous with those spiders. We're going to take the fight over here. Not more spiders. Oh, yes, certainly more spiders. Why do we have a protect allies thing way over there? I'm going to do a head count. Is everybody here in this vicinity? Yep, looks like it. I don't know why they keep running away. Oh, right. We have ads over on Twitch. If you're on YouTube, we don't have ads yet, but we do have the ones on Twitch, and I've got to take a bathroom break. So I'm going to go ahead and take that break while the ads are rolling, and when I come back in about 2 minutes, we will fight the skin bandits and then try to make our way back home. I'll see you for it then. Appreciate you. All right, y'all. Thank you for hanging out. Came back with about 5 seconds left on the ad break. Good timing. All right, let's see how we can do this now. So yeah, we've heard about this savant figure. Savant tells us the skeletons are liars and murderers. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. A bunch of my crew are still on hold. I was wondering why half of my gang were standing around not really doing anything. That's why. Hey, thank you, Willow. I appreciate you. Okay, let's get away from the skin bandits some. We definitely have some splinting to do. Do that all the time. I don't use hold very often, but it is situationally useful. Maybe it's something I'll use more as I become more familiar with the game. Oh, I like how that skin bandit over there is yelling about the acid rain being so painful to his organic flesh. Sure, buddy, sure. All right. Fumin, let's splint up Jinsei. Photo. Oh, we might have to fight these guys again. I believe Beep. Can at least lead them away from the rest of their group, I think. Wonder how long of an aggro radius they have. I'd rather fight them here and avoid aggroing the spiders. Why does this look like performance art? Oop, wrong button. Free cam is kind of sensitive. They're tough and you always get nervous counting heads when you fight these dudes. Yeah. They are tough. They literally have a high toughness, which is just part of what makes them hard to fight. Because it's hard to drop them, and then they get back up quickly. They're also kind of fast. Oh, these are 2 new ones. Oh boy. That's a lot of them. Is it all fresh ones? No, Inu, don't do it. They keep popping back up. Somebody's got Bean Hop maybe, and somebody's got Wing Wing. Okay, who's hurt? Who needs a splint? Oh man, Jinsei's legs. We might need to have somebody carry Jinsei. I'm gonna have Fumin splint Jinsei and just see if Jinsei gets to walk after that. Limb check, right? Let's get Kang is tough or strong. So let's get Kang to pick up Jinsei. Oh no, Kang is carrying Bean Hop. Let's get Rain to pick up Jinsei. They say Rain is a giant after all. They do say that. I know I just saw the cursor go red. I might try to make it back to Cheater's Run and take an overnight stay there. Man, look at all those skin bandits. All those beds. Well, we have the beds with us. We just need a safe spot to put them down. Careful in the nice ruins, though. Yeah. Damn, this part of the map is scary. We didn't even make it into the Ashlands yet. Beautiful and deadly, true. Somebody's at my gate. What are we dealing with? It's like dust bandits. Yeah, I'll be all right. Masaru ever get an arm? No, Masaru did not get an arm. It's okay, we have one. We'll deal with that later. That wall is getting built. They are taking their time, but it is. Okay, what's going on with these spiders here? Where are they going? Into the town. one in the water over there. What we might want to do is come up this way. I swear I keep seeing flashes where the cursor turns red. Hey, Ted, what's going on? Good to have you. Ah, spider. I knew I saw red. How far did I end up getting in that one weird magic game? You forget the name. Oh, Lunacid? We got 4 streams in. I might still go back and beat it. Not sure yet. I have more spiders on my ass. It's a good game, though. I like it. I recommend it. Of course, I also recommend this game, but you know that. Although sometimes I don't know why with the amount of stress it causes me. Need to wishlist it. It looked pretty eerie. Yeah, it's pretty cool. They do describe it as a horror ARPG. Just make sure these doors are closed. We'll probably have to fight off some of the ancient ones when we get there. We'll just have to take a look and survey the situation. A lot of them should have been left in the dying state. Is it hard? What, Lunacid? I wouldn't say it's difficult, no. It definitely... There's definitely leveled areas, so you'll definitely get smacked around a bit if you go somewhere that you're not leveled for. I mean, to keep talking about it, I'm the first time you saw it, though. Yeah, no problem at all. Self-promotion, if you want to see the playlist, I have all the lives up as VODs on YouTube, so you can kind of go back through and, you know, scan through it at your leisure and see if you're into it. It's a lone spider there. You know, Kenshi can be a very chill game to vibe to if you like get to a certain level and then you just want to stay in your home farming hemp or whatever. But when you're out doing stuff like this, very much not so. Kind of looks like old Elder Scrolls or something. It's definitely got that inspiration. It's very much inspired by old From Software games. So, you know, before they made Dark Souls and Elden Ring, they made Shadow Tower and Kingsfield and that sort of stuff. It's very inspired by those. To make sure there's not too many puzzles. I don't know if there's, like, traditional puzzles, but there's definitely areas that I've had to try to figure out how to progress for hours at a time. Which area am I in right now, Stealthy Lunatic? Hello, I am in Cheater's Run. It is the coast south of Gray Shelf. I'll be honest, I don't know what would make this area easier for me to tackle. Maybe heavier armor, but we already have pretty good armor. We've already got Edgewalker weapons. I just don't know how to outscale them other than brute stats anymore at this point. And it's kind of at a point where, you know, spiders and skin bandits and all that, even if I can kill them one-on-one pretty quickly, they just do lots of chip and AoE damage to the point that it wears you down relatively quickly. And again, maybe that's what the heavier armor is for, like when I fight the gurglers and they do 0 damage. I did not remember how far back this run was. Is that a whole group of spiders? That is a whole group of spiders. I'll have to watch out for them. But to be fair, I made the run in while healthy. And I'm making the run out while battered up and carrying some of my comrades. So we're definitely moving at a slower speed. Hey, Tapster, welcome in. Good to see you. course, forget about my redeems. There's no pressure. A lot of people have said they like an easy way to check in and say hello without having to say anything, so that's really why it's there. Some people use it, some people don't. Personally, I get it, because if I'm, like, mentally or emotionally drained at all, sometimes I want a way to say, like, hey, I'm here, I'm peeking in, but I'm not up to conversation. And where does the time go? Right out the window, according to Linkin Park, and I'm inclined to agree with them. Oh, wait. This isn't even the resting place. This is the halfway point to the resting place. You a spider? No, you're a plant. You're a spider, though. I swear they do that on purpose, too. Look at the spider, especially from here. Look at the spider. Look at the foliage. And tell me that they were not designed to have a similar visual profile at a glance. Life of a ninja is hard. What about that nook I discovered in the mountains? So we got attacked by hivers there, which means there are hive patrols. And I fully believe they would try to kidnap our people while they were sleeping. Because a mechanic of this game that I learned, if one of your party is sleeping, even if there are other party members nearby, the enemies can bypass the attack option and go straight to kidnap them. And your allies won't necessarily won't respond to it the same way as if they had been attacked outright. It's kind of annoying. So given that the Hive is always talking about bringing people back to feed the king, I have a feeling that would happen to me. Now, honestly, we could probably rest up in here. Although, I bet some of the robots got back up. Because we kind of beat them down, but I bet they got back up and went back to their trigger point inside the building, so maybe not. Certainly don't want to sleep anywhere near a skin bandit, exactly. I like my skin. And in the case of my skeletons, well, they like their skin friends. Hey, Mendez, good to see you. Hello, hello. Bonjour, bon dia, privyet, hola, and hello. Hope you're doing well. Spiders, I see spiders. That's a big group of them, too. Not that big a group, but, like, enough to worry about. Are Brecht and Beep alive? Yes. Brecht is a master swordsmith. And Beep is half skeleton. Your splash damage is annoying. I know that's something that comes up with so many of the enemies in the game. Is if you fight them one-on-one, they're usually manageable, but when you have a big group like this, a lot of their attacks radiate damage that can't be blocked. Now, I have to say, I also benefit from that, because when I get surrounded by spiders, I hit like 10 of them in a single sweep. It's just one of the peculiarities of the combat of this game that you have to learn. We gonna see an Oblivion playthrough? Probably not. There's so many people playing Oblivion right now, and I've just got so many other games that I want to play that, you know, it's a 100-hour game to play it properly. Makes for interesting strategies, you think? Yeah, for sure. Maybe in the future, maybe. I'll tell you something, though. If it had been Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas that got a remaster, we would have dropped it, and we would have, other than Kenshi, we still would have done Kenshi on the weekends, but every other stream would have been about Fallout. What are the other games on the horizon, if I'm willing to spoil? Okay, so we've got more Kenshi. With the strategy games, we want to do Dwarf Fortress and Caves of Khud at some point. What else do I have coming up? A lot of indie games, a lot of retro games and retrospectives that I want to do. Probably finish Lunacid and maybe finish Look Outside. I don't know if we'll do that or not. I'm kind of blanking on the others right now. I have a whole list written down. Ever done RimWorld? Yeah, I had a bad time streaming RimWorld. When I played RimWorld, my first couple of days popped off. Had tons of people in here, raids, supports, all sorts of stuff. And people were very helpful. And then by about day 4 of RimWorld, it got to the point where like every other chat was telling me some strategy that I should do and encouraging me to commit war crimes and trying to make me play more exciting. And then when I didn't do that, my views fell off like 60 to 70%. So that was why when I decided to play Kenshi, I decided it was going to be absolutely no backseating, no meta coaching me through the game, nothing. Maybe I'll go back to RimWorld and I'll try it under the same rule set of like, you'll watch me figure it out and enjoy it if you want to be here sort of thing. Because it just became a bad atmosphere for streaming after a couple of days. Oblivion is cool, but not good enough to derail a stream. Might be a crazy question, but what is the best way you can describe a game that you'd be willing to drop anything else for? I feel like you're asking me the question backwards. Are you asking me, like, what... If I had to invent a game that I would drop everything for, what would that game have? Like I said, anything Fallout, probably, other than Fallout 76. Deep mechanics, super engaging story, great soundtrack, good community with not too much saturation on Twitch and YouTube, but enough people to support community and actually have people want to come in and watch the game. That one plays into it more than I think a lot of streamers will say. Some streamers are very open about it, and some streamers really do play whatever they want and just don't care. But when you're trying to, maybe grow a channel and make videos off of content related to what you're playing and that sort of stuff, you do have to keep in mind the market cap, so to speak, if I can put a very harsh corpo buzzword on it. If a game came out in short notice, what qualities would it need to have? Yeah, basically what I said. Deep mechanics, engaging world, something unique, something that makes me feel something. I wonder, did these police bots go back inside? Because I could use this to rest up. Truth, go investigate. I don't see any. I think we can stop here. Some people want you to play such a specific way. Yeah, so I have just not tolerated any of that with Kenshi. Some people have made little comments. It's not been any big thing, and it's not really been regulars, but people have made comments about, like, oh, you're doing copper mining. Like, everybody does copper mining. And my response is always like, yes, I am playing the game. I am exploring it for the first time. I'm just feeling it out on vibes, and I'm going to do what I'm going to do, and that's the playthrough. If you want to see that, then you are here for it. And as a result, I believe I've had a much better experience streaming Kenshi. All right, so let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Might as well just put out all 11 beds. Kenshi is like 9 years old. Everyone does everything at this point. Yeah, it's probably a petty thing, but when it came to, like, RimWorld, I remember one specific example is someone was like, oh, you really should vacuum lock your freezer. And I don't know why that got to me, because it's a sound strategy. But it was just probably, like, the dozenth little thing that was like, you should play like this and always do X like Y because it's the optimum way to play. And then, it seemed like I started to fall off when I stopped responding to those requests. Kenshi's one of those games that when you know how to do the meta things, you play it in a completely different way. It's kind of like FromSoft games, can't unknow stuff and it influence you. Exactly. And that's why I wanted to have this playthrough. Like, there will be time for meta playthroughs in Kenshi where I want to, take things to their absolute theoretical maximum. And we can do that later on. But this playthrough, I wanted to have this way. Used to have a remove shirt redeem, and ever since he removed it, his stream has really fallen off. L streamer. Some people out there need to understand that not everyone really cares about how optimally they're playing a video game. Right. There's all sorts of streamers. There are streamers, and sometimes it's the same streamer, different game. Just depends what they want for the game. But there are people out there who are happy to take every bit of help. They want every advantage they can get. They want all the knowledge, and that is totally cool. And that's what's great about there being so many streams on Twitch and YouTube. I talk a lot about Twitch because I've streamed on Twitch for 2.5 years. I'm not trying to discount my YouTube people. I appreciate you just as much. All right, where's Burn? But also, Twitch and YouTube do have different environments. Would totally chat in my YouTube stream if you could figure out how to not dox your real name. I don't even know if a name change will work for you at this point, or if you just need a whole new YouTube account. If it's worth anything to you, Taps, I forgot the name, so as long as you don't come back in here with the account, you're good from my end. All right, let's get some people in bed. How did we get out of the fight with 0 damage? Or at least close enough to 0 that he's totally healed. John Smith, Tapster, don't do it again. Don't dox yourself again. Once is an honest mistake. Twice, I start to worry it might be a kink or something. Damn it, Tapster. I told you when we exchanged emails you were not to share that information. Are we ever gonna finish this wall? Look, look at all these hungry bandits. There's so many. Is that a mod for the text? No. If you're talking about this here, where it shows the full numbers and everything, you go into options, show damage floaters, and you click here and you click it to full info. Got like 200 hours and never noticed that option. Well, trust me, I wouldn't have either if I wasn't looking in the options for something probably partially related. All right, where's Double at? Oh, is Double stuck on the wall? Yeah, Double seems to be stuck, and that's why we haven't made any progress repairing the wall. That's another thing we need to fix. Oh, okay. Double got some hang time there. Wall is huge, I know, and it's caused me nothing but troubles. The pathfinding on this wall is so broken and so cursed. Oh, go this way. This way. No, stop doing that. Here. Go over here. Get yourself to your engineering job. All of that considered, my base looks huge. It is. It is all my outpost. We built it all. So Double's gonna grab some building material and go build that. Where's Double going? We really don't need you to build the searchlight first. I really would rather... I would really rather have a wall than a searchlight. It's 2/3 of Shem. Listen, I didn't know what the endgame research and manufacturing was going to look like. So I decided I wanted enough space to spread out and not be cramped in case I needed more. Like that it leads directly into water. Yeah, so this is an experimental watchtower that we built to see if I could put turrets up here and shoot the gate. Your town squad to their own devices and they'll get into some strange situations. I have noticed. Where is Double now? Double, what are you doing? Where are you going? You know what? This doesn't need to be here. It is simply confusing people. You want ramps? I will give you ramps. Just please stop with the nonsense. Iron Squad doing okay? Yeah, they look like it. They just need some time to rest. Blood is good for the weed plants. It'll make them grow. Look, Bombingham's making sure that blood gets tilled straight in there. Who are you? Are you a tech hunter? You are. No, it's weird that the goal says wandering trader, but you can't trade with them. I guess maybe they have their own predefined trade routes. And we've got Oron dutifully incinerating all the bodies. Honestly, this could fuel our society for years. I'm calling it now. This tech hunter gets stuck in our base and then breaks out and starts a fight in the process. Because that is what NPCs do. They make their way into our base, get stuck here, decide they need to leave, break down the door, and then my people attempt to stop them, and it becomes a big mess. Need to name my outpost. Why? I think your outpost is perfectly adequate. So I do realize if we're going to build an outpost too close to the Ashlands, we will get raided by skin bandits and probably skeleton bandits. We are friends with the crab raiders, who are, you know, arguably like the least scary of the group. So, I guess we don't have a major advantage there, but that's at least one group we don't have to fight. Yeah, we're gonna need everybody to be a bit tougher if we're gonna hold off skin bandit raids. We also will need to invest in more turrets. What is Zim doing? Why is Zim aimless? Did we fill up a container? Oh, are we out of press? No, we're not out of presses. Zim, what are you doing? It's empty. Well, it's empty because you have your inventory full of crap. You would think you could put skeleton limbs in the robotics container. So what type of storage do I need? I'm in the wrong menu. It's been a long day. Hey, thanks for lurking, Ted. Always good to have you. Would be really weird if there's not a storage container for limbs. Need to lay down, but you're sticking around to watch. Sounds good. Get some rest. I don't think it would be electricals. No, that's electrical components. Hey, Tapster, thank you for the 5 gift subs. I appreciate that. We got some really great people. Rumiko and Stochastic Turtle, Unstable Sparky, Mad Solar, and Lupus. Tapster, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs and your support towards the channel. Looks like you also started a hype train. Okay, yeah, a container for storing robotics and skeleton parts. Yeah, that's a lot of friends in there. Twitch did well distributing those. It's so weird that skeleton limbs can't go in the robotics bin. And I guess the electrical storages are full. You recall having a hard time figuring out how to store limbs? Let you know if I figure it out. Okay, will do. I have a feeling this is one of those things that's not intended, but the game just not necessarily working the way it should. Or it's a case where it is working the way they intended, but the descriptor text is not accurate. Hey, Tapster, thank you for subscribing as
3
well.
months away from having a child together.
I don't know if I'm ready, but you know what? If it's with you, I think we can take this journey together. Don't know who knocks up who, but I'm down for whatever. We'll figure it out. That's the beauty of life. Okay, I guess we can just have Zim go store this stuff in general storage for now, just so he can get back to work. Oh, see, there's electrical components in here already. All right, Zim, now you get to work. How are we feeling about building that wall? Think we're going to get that done anytime soon? What is double doing all the way out there? This might be it. Now that's what I like to see. And right back on the turret to keep us safe. Now, how is the errand squad? Oh, we've still got people recovering. They got hurt pretty good. Hey, thank you for that hype trade. I appreciate it. Thanks for all the subs and the support. Thank you very much. As I've said previously, all of that stuff right now is going towards YouTube stuff. So whether it's thumbnails or hiring editors to help make the process a little more quick for me and able to get out more content, that's what I'm spending it on. So thank you very much. So yeah, I think from here we can go up the coast, pass through the old prison, around the backside of Morn into Flats Lagoon. Now, it would be faster just to go straight home, but I think we want to stop at Flats Lagoon to look for some of those blueprints and such, and sell the King Gurgler head and a couple other miscellanea. Emote is kind of eh. I mean, it's one more in the bag that you can use, so you never know. It may come in handy. Okay, Seto needs to be resting, so let's get Rain the Giant down here. And then Seto can go there and get some rest. Kang is fully rested. We'll get Bean Hop here. All right, I say we let everybody heal up and we plan to leave with the sunrise. Masaru, you have been working without an arm. Let's go and get you one of these arms that we made. They're not the best arms on the planet, but it's an arm. That's the wrong one. There we go. Masaru is now armed with power. Let's check these books while we're in here. I'm just kind of looking through, wanting to see if I notice anything in particular about the Ashlands or anything like that. Okay, so this one does say that the areas surrounding the Ashlands should have some good finds. Don't even need to go through Sonorous. Ashland Drifters did it, didn't they? Just need to find me a squad that are willing. Transitory lands around it are the problem. Stobe's Gamble covers a huge area, and then you would have to get through Sonorous Dark somehow. Lots of life would be devastating, even then you'd have to survive it all again on the way back. Hypothetically, the key would be to establish an outpost nearby in the pits, then you could use it as a jump-off point. Okay. So it seems like we've got one group of people saying, go through Sonorous Dark. And then we've got another group of people saying, you can skip that. I'm assuming by the water or by Sniper Valley. I feel like Sniper Valley comes with its own issues, but it's a possibility. All right, we have Twitch ads. I'm going to go ahead and take another quick restroom break, so I'll be back in just a moment. Give me about 2 minutes, and we'll be back at it and sending our squad back on the way home to prepare to announce war. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Appreciate you. All right, back at it. Time to clock back in. Clock back into where, you may ask? The Victory Factory, where I make fat dubs. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you, Rain. Appreciate you. All right, most people are fully back to health. We send our sleepiest warriors to do our toughest battles. And also we. We also send we. Back to where we started. If you're just tuning in from the beginning, you could be forgiven for thinking that we have not left the starting position, but here we are. I don't know what that noise was, so I'm gonna pause the game. What was that all about? Something being built, maybe? All right, we said we would move with the sunrise, and you sleepyheads are still in bed, resting up your wounds. Well, hurry up and nurse them back to health. We have daylight to seize. What we can do is get up everybody who doesn't need to be down. And start having Burn collect the beds. That'll buy a little bit more time. Alright, that's gonna have to do. Jinsei, how did you get stuck there? Alright, any spiders outside? Yes. They're over there. Flats Lagoon or something like that for blueprints? Exactly. If Flats Lagoon doesn't have what we need for blueprints, I'll have to plan a separate expedition and go to Black Scratch. I think Black Scratch is the one that has the library. And if we're really down bad for it, we could go Black Desert City. Which, by the way, there's a ruin here we never explored. Imagine if that one's got, like, 5 AI cores. Single missed opportunity. This is why I have FOMO about everything. Time to get to bed. Back to work tomorrow. Have a good one, Zartran. Get some good rest. Thanks for hanging with us. Being a longtime member of the community here. I hope work treats you well. How are we going to thread this spider needle? I think we go up this way, maybe. Did we fly too close to the spiders? wonder how long they chase. The ones that have a fixed static security location, they usually turn around. Okay, so they will turn around eventually. Why are there always spiders? Rain, are you afraid of spiders particularly, or are you just reacting to the fact that they're quite horrible in this game? The quite horrible option, okay. Actually rather fond of spiders. I thought so. I thought you might be. Hey, you know what would work pretty well on the spiders, I bet, is a grenade launcher. Devs, something to consider. As a treat. Consider this. I deserve it. So what level gear do they have? Mid-grade salvage and shoddy. Okay. All right, let's continue. Unbothered, flourishing, moisturized in our lane. As it should be. Back to the bone fields. Wonder if we checked that out. I feel like that's something that my instinct would have said, hey, go check this out. I feel like that because my instinct is saying that right now. Doesn't really show up as anything on the map. Definitely looks like the Southern Hive is nestled in like a bowl with a single way of entry. A tough nut to crack. Or maybe a tough shell to crack is more appropriate. Now, if I remember correctly, as we approach this area, we're getting back into beak thing territory. What are you up there? Are you beak things? Skin spiders. Okay, but the beak things eat skin spiders, so... In fact, I think that's what's happening now. I think the beak things are eating skin spiders. Wow. I think Beep just downed that in a single swing. Your head is totally destroyed. It's probably the reason you are dead. Yeah, Beep did that in a single shot. Good job, Beep. Okay, we got Boneyard Wolf after us. That's a bunch of wolves there. I think we got a beak thing nest sort of on the horizon. Got some beak things, if nothing else. Speaking of, I think my Kenshi shirts will be here tomorrow. But I'll save them for next weekend. We'll do a little... Well, I'm not sure that it'll come in a box, but we'll do a little unbagging of them. Review them on stream. Hello, Lupus. Good to see you. Hope you're well. And thank you for lurking. Got Kenshi shirts? I did. I got a Beep shirt. I got a skeleton shirt. And I got a shirt with a beak thing face that says, eaten alive in Japanese. I'm taking them at their word that that is actually what it says. It's a big gamble. They could have put anything on there. But I'm willing to trust that they are a trustworthy company. Sound awesome. Yeah, I'm excited to get them. I needed new t-shirts. I've kind of been buying the same size since high school, and it's finally getting to the point where those are a little tight. Not to mention, I've had so many of these shirts for so many years. They must have been through hundreds of wash cycles at this point. So I needed some new ones. I'm guessing there's a beak thing nest. That iron club is. What is my opinion on Uncrustables? They're probably not great for you. But if you just want something that's peanut butter and, like, fairly sugary jelly, they kind of slap. They hit the spot. Like, I'd probably fuck one up right now if someone gave me one. I won't buy it when I'm at the grocery store. Like, I won't keep it in the house, but I'll go to town on it. Right? Let you send 400 of them. Yes! I have dinner figured out for the next year. Was I the only one who was told as a kid growing up that you could survive on just peanut butter and jelly with a glass of milk? Like that could be your only meal and that had everything you need? Did anybody else hear that growing up? Yeah, lots of beak things there. Most days that is all you eat? I mean, if you're doing it and the results are that good, you were not told that, no. You were told you couldn't live on peanut butter and jelly because you sure were trying. Wow, and they discouraged you. Honestly, your bone density is probably better for it. I don't know why I picked that as the determinant of health. Like, that's the number one thing you got to worry about. Is like, yeah, if your bones are dense, you're good. Still moving like you're 23. Hey, that's spry. What's after us? There's a couple of bone dogs. I bet their bone density is high. All right, and then we want to head, yeah, kind of exactly this way. We want to cross behind Morn. Got a Leviathan. I didn't know they lived in such sandy regions. That's a group of beak things that we're probably going to end up fighting. This game has some really pretty views. Look at that. Frame that in between the mountain there. This is like the only game I use photo mode for, but it's because I have to be thinking of thumbnails for the videos that I edit. Which honestly is reason enough for me to believe that all games should have like toggle UI modes. We live in an age where games are not just entertainment, they are content to be used to create further content, and I think it's time they treat it as such. I checked this area before. I believe I have. I believe I crossed this way to go to Katoon. I don't think Morn has much in the way of industry or traders. Just a tech hunter bar. On a slaver stage, but I believe, I hope, that has fallen out of use as the town has changed hands. Couple of skin spiders. Didn't realize they were so slow compared to us. Okay, I think this is the way back to Flats Lagoon. Thinking of changing my editing style some for the Kenshi Abridged series, which, by the way, if you're new here and you want to see the blind playthrough, how it started and how I reacted to the world with no prior knowledge, you can see it on the YouTube channel. I've been editing those down into sort of an abridged series, and we have the full-length VODs. But I have so many VODs to edit. I'm thinking about distilling it to the highlights and, like, major moments. You know, rescues, boss defeats, things like that, with just a little bit of context added in as a splash, instead of trying to distill all 46 streams down into something. Just hit the high points, maybe. It is really time intensive to edit the way I have been. I'm only on stream 8 of 46. Well, I've only finished stream 7 of 46. But I know we have some really great highlight moments in there. Like, there's the time that we went back to fight the fog people for the second time, and the rescue that ensued there. There's the first time we ran into an armory full of spiders. We've got some really cool, you know, action-packed sort of highlights that I think I may focus on more. And then just preserve the VODs for people who want the full experience. Because sometimes people want 200 hours of VODs to watch, and I intend to give it to them. So many videos, indeed. Which, speaking of, we did just release a new one today. Little indie game called Bloodbark. Quite a cool experience. Little half-hour runtime if you're looking for something to watch. Check that out. I think once we're done with the Kenshi main series, I'm going to go back and do challenge runs and... I don't want to say roleplay stuff, but we'll just try to play the game in a bunch of different ways and make videos off of that. And I think that'll be a little more cohesive flow than the way I've been doing the videos lately. Or at least more achievable as an editing goal might be a better way to put it. All right, we've made it back to Flats Lagoon. This is a super cool town. I like this one. Makes me wonder what this is built on. Kind of reminds me of the arc thing that we've seen elsewhere. No, maybe not quite that. It really looks like an oil platform or something. All right, first of all, nothing amazing for skeleton limbs. He has 25,000. We have anything to sell? We've got some skins. We need someone who's got a lot of money to buy the gurgler head. Oh, yeah, we've got these from the Great White Gorilla. Couple AI cores, we love to see that. I'm going to hold on to the ancient science books and engineering research. I think we've reached the limit of what we can do with them, but rather than sell them and find out I was wrong, we'll hold on to them until we're absolutely sure and the research tree is totally clear, and then if we still need to sell them, we will. All right, so that's that. Let's go visit the armor shop. What happened to you? Head injury. Classic. Been there. All right. They did not have what I was hoping for in terms of the blueprints. Looks like we can already make the mercenary plate. Yeah. Yeah, so we can do a comparison of it, but I think when we ran down the mercenary plate, it came out behind the unholy chest armor. And then there's samurai armor as well. I think the unholy chest plate is probably the most protective of these classes that we have. All right, well, that said, it is midnight. I've had a long one, and I am quite tired. So, unfortunately, we knew today was going to be a little shorter one, but we did some cool stuff today, by which I mean we saw more of the world, and we didn't die. So, that's a big win in my book. We're going to title this Save Flats Lagoon. I will be back this week with more streams. Remember, during the week is variety days, and then next Saturday, next Sunday will be more Kenshi. Looking forward to closing in on our ultimate goals in Kenshi. Hope your day has been amazing. You too, Kraz. Thanks for being here. Yeah, keep an eye on the YouTube. And by the way, if you're catching the stream and you're over on YouTube, whether live or watching the VOD, please consider leaving a like to tell YouTube that it was a good stream. More people should see it. And consider subscribing if you'd like to see more Kenshi, more other gameplay, more. We've got some other stuff coming up too that's maybe not quite gameplay, but some other fun stuff. So if any of that sounds good to you, like I said, please consider subscribing. We are on the path to YouTube partner. Just need to hit 500 subs for the first rank, and we have over 400. So we are well on the way. All right, everybody, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. It's been a great one. Let's go ahead and close out. And YouTube, as always, I want to thank you for being here. Like I said, whether you're here live or you caught the VOD, I want you to know you're appreciated either way and part of this whole adventure with us. And I hope you're enjoying as much as I am. We hope to see you for another one on YouTube. Until we catch you again, please take care of yourselves.